If you're being charged with a felony, it's pretty serious, and you're potentially facing jail time that can exceed 1 year, 2 years, or more. You need to hire an attorney for this. Now, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to set up an initial appearance. An initial appearance is going to be a time where you get introduced to the court. They're going to ask you if you have an attorney. They're probably going to discuss bond issues. Now, if you're being charged with a felony, the bond is probably going to be pretty high. You could be looking at as much as $50,000 or $100,000 or even more on a felony bond. Now, an attorney can help because an attorney can get in there and argue for a lower bond. This is going to save you on premiums, and this potentially could end up paying for the attorney in and of itself. Now, when you go to that initial appearance, they're going to schedule you for what they call a preliminary hearing. At your preliminary hearing, the state is going to have to show up, and they're going to have to show that there's probable cause to charge you with a crime. Now, this doesn't mean that you're being actually convicted of the crime at the preliminary hearing. But what's going to happen is that they have to show that it's more likely than not that there was a crime that was committed and that you were the one that committed the crime. If there's probable cause to charge you with a crime at a preliminary hearing, then they're going to set up an arraignment date for you, and at that arraignment date, you're going to be asked to give a plea of guilty or not guilty. Now, at that point, you're going to be scheduled for a pretrial conference and a trial, and then the case is going to proceed much like any other case would, including a misdemeanor case. You'll be given an opportunity to develop your case, then you're going to be given an opportunity to discuss this case potentially with the prosecutor and develop any kind of a settlement or plea deal that you want. And if a settlement can't be reached, you'll proceed to trial. The difference between a felony and a misdemeanor is really just going to depend on the amount of jail time that you could receive as a result of being convicted of that crime. With a felony, you're typically looking at 1 year or more of prison time. With a misdemeanor, prison time tops out at 1 year.